Okay, so here a body of mass 10 kg is suspended from a helical spring having a stiffness of 2 Newton per mm. A damper having a resistance of 5 Newton at a velocity of 0.1 meter per second is connected between the mass and the fixed end of the spring. Okay, so we need to find out the ratio of successive amplitudes and the amplitude of the body after 10 cycles. Okay, if the initial amplitude is 15 mm. So here we can assume that there is a spring and a damper, okay, which is connected to the mass m, where m is 10 kg and k is 2 Newton per mm. If it is 2 Newton per mm, then it is 2000 Newton per 1000 mm, that is 1 meter. Okay, and C is here at the, if you look at the question, a damper having a resistance of 5 Newton at a velocity of 0.1 meter per second. Here it says that damping resistance is expressed in terms of force, that is Newton, is equal to Cx dot. So here the force of 5 Newton with a velocity of 0.1 meter per second. Okay, therefore C is 5 by 0.1, 5 by 0.1, that is equal to 50 Newton. The unit of 0.1 is meter per second, so inverse is second per meter. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, you need to find out the ratio of successive amplitude and you need to find the amplitude of the body after 10 cycles if the initial displacement is 15 mm. The meaning is here this mass is displaced by 15 mm and it is released. Okay, the mass is displaced by 15 mm and released, so that the mass will vibrate. Mass starts to vibrate. So you can think like this: as you pull, it will go to the maximum position, that is 15 mm. Okay, this is displacement X and this is time t. Okay, so since there is a damper here, in the first cycle it will go to 15 mm, whereas in the second cycle it may get reduced. In the third, it will reduce further. So like that, I need to know the value of ratio of successive amplitude. Say this is, if this is x1 and this is x2, I should know the value of, I need to find the value of x1 by x2. Okay, I need to find this. And the second one is amplitude of the body after 10 cycles. So I need to find x10. Have you understood the question?
Yes, sir.
You need to find the value of x10, x1 by x2 and x10. You need to find this. Okay. So to find this, what do we need to do? To find anything, we need to know the value of omega n, zeta, c, and cc. Okay, we need to know all these things. So what is omega n?
Root of k by n.
K by n. And root of what is k? K is 2000 divided by 10. So it is 2000 that divided by 10. So what is the answer? What is root of 200? It is 14.14 radians per second. Okay. And Cc is 2 m omega n. That is 2 into 10. That multiplied by 14.14. So 14.14 into 20
282.
282.88. What is the unit? It is Newton second per meter only. Cc is the critical damping coefficient. Okay. Therefore, what is zeta? Zeta is C by Cc. And we know the value of C, that is 50. That is 50 divided by 282.8. Newton second per meter and Newton second per meter. It cancels. So zeta, there is a unit for zeta.
0.17.
This is 0.17. Okay, so now we got the values. We got all the values. So next, we need to find the logarithmic decrement. Okay, so what is the logarithmic decrement?
Delta is equals to 2 pi zeta by square root of 1 minus zeta square.
Delta is equal to 2 pi zeta by root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay, so that is equal to 2 pi into 0.17 that divided by root of 1 minus 0.17 square. So what is the answer?
So 1.08.
Delta is 1.08. And also we know that delta is equal to
Ln
ln
x1
of n by x n plus 1. Or say delta is equal to ln of x1 by x2. That is equal to ln of x2 by x3. That is equal to ln of x3 by x4 and so on. Okay. Therefore, the ratio of the first question, the ratio of successive amplitude. Okay, the ratio of successive amplitude. Successive amplitude means it may be x1 by x1, x2, or x2, x3, or x3, x4. Okay. So that delta is equal to ln of say x1 by x2. I don't know the value of x1 by x2, but I know the value of delta. Therefore, x1 by x2 is equal to, if I send this ln here, what happens?
e power delta.
E power delta. That is equal to e power 1.08. So xn by xn plus 1 is equal to e power 1.08.
2.94, sir.
It is 2.94. So 2.94 is the ratio of x1 and x2. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of this 2.94?
The decrement between one amplitude to another amplitude will be 2.9.
Okay, this I can say it is equal to 3. Approximately it is equal to 3. The meaning is, if the amplitude of the first cycle is 1, then the amplitude of the second cycle is 1 by 3. Okay. If the amplitude of the first cycle is 1, then amplitude of the second one is 1 by 3. Or if the amplitude of the cycle is 3, then the amplitude of the second one is 1. Is it clear? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No. And we need to find one more. That is the amplitude of the 10th cycle. Okay, for this, again, we know that delta is equal to ln of x naught by xn multiplied by 1 by n. Okay, this also we have derived in the last class. Okay, so delta is equal to 1 by n ln of x naught by xn. Okay, x naught is the displacement of the initial displacement, that is the amplitude of the first cycle. And xn is
10th.
the cycle which you want to find out the nth cycle, that is where you need to find out the value of displacement. Okay, so n is equal to 10. So delta is equal to 1 by 10 ln of what is x naught? Initial displacement
15
mm. So 15 divided by x10. Okay, and I know the value of delta, that is 1.08 multiplied by 10 is equal to ln of 15 by x10, or it is 10.8 ln of 15 by x10. I can send this ln here, that is natural log. It will become e power 10.8, that is equal to 15 by x10, or x10 is 15 by e power 10.8. So what is the answer?
2.94 into 10 power minus 4. 2.94 into 10 power minus 4.
Sir, 3.05 into 10 power minus 4.
That's what I'm getting. My calculation that E will not come to 2.71 to the power of 10.8. And 15 divided by answer is
3.06, sir.
into 10 power minus 4. Okay, so this is the answer. See, the amplitude of this first cycle is 15 mm. Okay, and the amplitude of 10th cycle is 3.06 into 10 power minus 4 mm. It's very tricky. Look at the number 15 and 3.06 into 10 power minus 4. It is 0.1230306. Okay. Any doubt? Any doubt in this? Is it clear? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. ಮಾತಾಡ್ರಿ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಡೌಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Doubt, sir.
So a damper system shown in figure. So here the figure that is this is a mass which is connected with a damper and a spring and damper and a spring, which is having K is 15 Newton per mm and mass of 10 kg and C is 1.5 Newton second per meter, and it is at a rest position. When it receives an impulse force acting to the right, so that is it is receiving an impulse force, so F, okay, acting to the right, that creates an initial instantaneous velocity V naught that is equal to 25 meters per second. Instead of giving initial displacement, we are applying some impulse force so that it creates the initial velocity. Okay. So determine whether the system vibrate or not and find the motion of the system. So how to say system will vibrate or not? What do you mean by vibration? What do you mean by vibration? Vibration is nothing but it is the oscillation of the body about its mean position. Okay. So here I need to say whether the system will vibrate or not. How to say whether the system will vibrate or not? If zeta is less than 1, then there will be a vibration. If zeta is greater than 1, there will be no vibration because it will be aperiodic in nature. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So I need to find the value of zeta so that we can say the system will vibrate or not. And then I need to find the expression for x. Okay. So if zeta is less than 1, then I need to find the equation for x. I need to find the equation for x. Okay. And then I need to find out the maximum displacement. So those things we can derive it. So first, let us answer this first question. That is, I need to find the value of zeta first. Okay. So I know that zeta is equal to C by Cc. So here the value of C is given in the question. So I need to find out the value of Cc. That Cc is equal to 2m omega n. Okay. So Cc is 2m omega n. So that is equal to C by 2m omega n. But I don't know the value of omega n also. So omega n is equal to root of K by m, that is equal to root of thickness is 15 Newton per mm. So for per meter it is 15,000. So 15,000 divided by
And
the mass is 10.
38.72.
So omega n is root of 38.73 radians per second. So zeta is the value of C is 1.5 Newton second per meter. Sorry, it is 1.5 Newton second per mm. Then the question is mm. So if it is 0.5 Newton second per m, so it is 1.5 into 1000 Newton second per meter. So it is 1500 divided by 2 into 10 into 38.73. So what is the value of zeta?
$1.93. 1.93.
Zeta is 1.93.
936.
So zeta is greater than 1. The system is over damped and the system will not vibrate, or it is aperiodic. Okay. Now I need to find out the expression for x. So what is the expression for x? X is equal to what is the expression for x? So the general solution, if you recall the derivation of solution for second order differential equation, see what is the second order differential equation for spring mass damper system? Mx double dot plus Cx dot plus Kx is equal to 0. Okay. So the characteristic equation is okay. This is the second order differential equation. And what is the solution for this? Solution is x is equal to a1 e power s1t plus a2 e power s2t. Okay. It may be a1 or c1. c1, c2. I think we took it as c1, right?
Yes, sir. C10.
Okay. So, and here I can find the value of C1 and C2 by substituting the initial condition. But I need to know the value of S1 and S2. S1 and S2 are S1 and S2 are the roots of characteristic equation. So what is the characteristic equation that we get by substituting the values for the differential equation? So what is the value of M here? M is 10 kg, 10 x double dot plus the value of C is 1500. The value of C is 1500 x dot plus K. K is that is also 1500 again. I'm not sorry, 15,000 x that is equal to 0.
Sir, velocity is given, no, sir, to 25 meter per second.
So that is x dot is equal to 25 meter per second at t is equal to 0. This is the initial condition, not the value of x dot here. These
Okay.
two are not same. Okay. So if I take 10 outside, it will become x double dot plus 150 x dot plus 1500 x that is equal to 0. So what are the roots? S1 is equal to S1 comma 2 is equal to minus b plus or minus root of c square minus 4ac by 2a. Right? So S1 is minus 150 plus root of 150 square minus 4 into 1 into 1500 that divided by 2. What is the answer? What is the answer for S1?
Minus 10.77.
Minus 10.77.
Minus 10.77. Okay, what is S2?
Minus 139.22.
Okay, so what is S1? So S1t plus Q2 e power S2t. So S is equal to C1 e power minus 10.77 plus Q2 e power 139 is minus 139. So now I need to find out the values for C1 and C2. So what are those initial conditions? Initial conditions.
T
X
is equal to
is
0.
equal to 0 at t is equal to 0 and x dot is 25 meter per second at t is equal to 0. Now these two are the initial conditions. So this is x, and similarly, can I write an expression for x dot for this? The x is this, and what is x dot?
Minus 10.77t. Minus 10.77 C1 e power minus 10.77t minus 139 C2 e power minus 139t.
So now I need to substitute these two in x and x dot. So for the first equation 0, that is equal to C1 e power minus 10.77 into 0 plus C2 e power minus 139 into 0. So by solving this, I'll get 0 is equal to C1 plus C2. And if I substitute the second initial conditions in the second equation, that is 25, that is equal to minus 10.77 C1 minus 139 C2. But I know that C1 is equal to minus C2. Right, C1 is minus C2. So this is 10.77 into minus C2 minus 139 C2. So the answer is it is 139 minus 10.77. So it is minus 128.23 C2. Therefore, C2 is 25 divided by minus 129.23. So it is C2 is minus
0.194.
0.193. Okay, 0.194, and C1 is 0.194. Now I want to value for C1 and C2. I can substitute here. So I'll get an expression for x. So therefore, x is equal to 0.194 e power minus 10.770 plus, sorry, it will become minus 0.194 into e power
minus 130.
minus 139. So this is the expression for displacement. Okay. Now I need to find out the maximum displacement. How to get the maximum displacement? So the first question was to know whether the system will vibrate or not. Okay, that we got it. And second question is write the expression for displacement in terms of T. That we got it. And the third question is maximum displacement. So how to get the maximum displacement?